Now, two violent cases of road rage in just 2 days.
It's a disturbing trend law enforcement says is on the rise across the state. Here's a look at three of the most recent cases. Just yesterday, a driver was shot by a motorcycle rider on I-15 in Layton. On Sunday, two people in the wrong place at the wrong time were killed in a road rage crash in Eagle Mountain. And on April 5th, the man was shot while driving near 3rd West and 20th South in Salt Lake.
News specialist Ladd Egan joined us live right now with one woman's frightening experience on the road and what you can do to avoid finding yourself in a very similar situation. Ladd?
Yeah, Mike and Dini, if you're out here driving on I-15 and someone starts aggressively tailgating you or pulling up alongside you, police say the best advice is to not engage. And that's exactly how a Lehi woman stayed safe, refusing to escalate emotions with an angry driver.
I have never had somebody hold their horn for 3 minutes without letting up at me and just screaming obscenities. And I've got my kids.
It was a normal day for this Lehi mom of 4 as she set out to drive her kids to gymnastics.
The car in front of me hit their brakes really quickly. So I quickly checked my blind spot, moved over to the other lane so that I wouldn't have to hit my brakes aggressively.
As she's speeding up, a car approaches behind her.
And he lays on his horn and just holds it. And so he's mad. I say, oh, sorry, move over to the other lane as soon as I can.
The car also changes lanes, waiting an entire red light while honking at her. Once the light turns green,
he comes behind, then moves into the lane next to me, and he's rolled his window down and is yelling at me, cursing at me, still gesturing wildly. And I've got my 6-year-old and my 3-year-old in the car with me watching this whole thing go down.
Dorff did exactly what police recommend when confronted by an angry driver.
I just stared straight ahead, didn't make eye contact, didn't engage, but it was terrifying. I didn't know how long he was going to keep following me, and eventually he just did one more long honk and then peeled off and was gone.
In most cases, when you disengage, you back away, the other party will continue on their way, cursing under their breath or out loud about what an awful driver you are, but they're gone.
In addition to not engaging, law enforcement advises to call 911 and to de-escalate by driving to a public place or even to a police station.
If you pull over to try to extricate yourself from a road rage situation and somebody comes to your car, stay in your car.
The scary encounter is one Dorff won't soon forget. She just hopes others learn from her experience.
Do everything you can to just get out of their way, because there's nothing you can do to appease them. When they're that angry on the road, they're just a danger to everybody.
And she says the situation traumatizing for her kids, but then that after everyone could calm down, it did lead to some important conversations about how to control our emotions. And, Mike, the sheriff's office here in Utah County saying this advice, if followed on Sunday in Eagle Mountain, could have possibly saved 2 innocent lives in that road rage incident. Just a tragedy that happened there.
Yeah, that was senseless, but pretty impressive for her. She handled things exactly the way you would hope someone would handle them, and it de-escalated things. All right, thanks so much, Ladd.